and welcome back to my channel. My name's Lena. Who are you?
I'm Sana from Books and Quills.
Sana is probably my oldest YouTube friend, and that doesn't mean you're
Am
old.
I?
I think you are. And we used to make lots of videos together, especially when we lived together for a little bit, and we made quite a few, but we realised we haven't in ages.
I forget that we lived together.
Wow.
For a while.
I mean, I think that's a good sign.
It was short.
Yeah.
But then we lived far apart. Well, like reasonably far apart as far as London goes. And now we are closer together.
Yeah.
We'll keep it vague, but closer together.
And I got a lot of requests when I was like, who should I collab with this year? People were like, Sana! They were thirsty for it. So here we are to quench your thirst. So I thought, because Galentines Day is coming up, for those of you who don't know what Galentines Day is, do you want to explain?
It comes from Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen Parks and Rec.
Neither have I.
But I know that it's the day before Valentine's Day, and you do something fun with your gal pals.
Yeah, that's the rules. It's supposed to be like celebrating female friendship. Well, any kind of friendship, really. Not romantic specific, not eros specific friendship. So I thought I want to like get some stuff for my friends and like maybe like make a fuss of them a little bit more around Valentine's Day and the way that my love language is books, and if your love language is books as well, these are some ideas of things to give to your friends. Because I'm doing a no-buy year, but not for my friends. I'm allowed to get gifts. So yes, I've got 3 and Sam's got 3, and we're just going to chat about them.
Yeah, so the assignment I was given was find some books that have female friendships in them.
Yes.
And I found that hard.
Yes, me too.
I think I've read a lot of books with excellent female leads.
Or like male-female friendships, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like even platonic ones, I think I've read more platonic female-male friendships than I have female
I don't have a lot of like girl gangs in books or anything like that.
So let us know your recommendations below for that, because I think I should probably make an effort to read more. Okay, so one of my classics that I mention all the time, so you're going to be bored of me talking about it, is Gregory Maguire's Wicked. If you've seen the stage show, you'll know a little bit about it, but I can't impress how much more there is, as you can tell by the page numbers in the book. Glinda and Elphaba are from seemingly very different worlds, but become friends. That's still true in the books, but I think like what's cool about the book is that their friendship is a lot more nuanced. Glinda isn't Legally Blonde kind of person as much. Elphaba isn't so socially awkward, and there's just more like crossover in that their friendship is a lot more believable, and the way their friendship ends or evolves is a lot more nuanced and heartbreaking.
Okay.
That's what I will say about that. I love it. It's one of my favourite friendships / potentially romances, according to the fandom.
Interesting.
We'll debate this another time.
I thought, I'll obviously, if I think back to what I read as a kid, I'll have so much. I mean, there must be some, but I was thinking about like Artemis Fowl, which I loved, and again, it's like, it's a lot of like mixed gender friendships. I'm gonna do this one first. I was like, if this is on your channel, I can talk about this book again, because I talk about it all the time.
2 hours off again, go on.
I love the Old Kingdom series by Garth Nix. I read them for the first time at work because we had to have like a resident fan at work, so you have to sort of like read all the books, know all about it, and I mean, it sucked me in completely. So it's a, I guess, low fantasy series, so it's not like goblins and elves, but there's dragons and creatures. And I think Garth Nix writes amazing female leads. This one is the second one in the series, but you can also start by reading this, because this and the third one kind of belong together. And it's set in a giant library. She's like a library assistant. There's all this scary stuff in the library. I don't know. It's beautiful. It's great. I love it. Great adventures. Maybe some zombies. But the friendship in this is with a dog. And I looked it up, and it's a female dog. I
was like, Sana, what are you doing? She was like, just Googling the gender of a dog.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, seems normal.
And basically, Lyriel's quite lonely because she looks and feels different from the people that live in the mountain. And she is learning magic as she's going along, and she kind of, just this bracelet that gives her entry to certain levels of the library. Then she learns this kind of magic that gives her more access. And then she also learns how to transform this little stone creature into a dog. I've read this a very long time ago. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but that the dog becomes her companion, and it's just such a sweet,
it sounds beautiful.
Such a sweet friendship, and it's so nice. And she needs a bit of support.
Yeah.
So yeah, love that.
She made her own friend, literally, from stone. So the next one is actually one that I haven't read yet, but I bought it really recently. It is called Bosom Buddies, a celebration of female friendship throughout history. So it's kind of like Rebel Girls, but for female friendship.
Friends.
And it's got illustrations and like kind of 2-page stories about all the friends. So
is
I'm definitely going to read
authors
this.
Or just characters?
So no, they're not characters. They're all famous people in history.
Okay.
So we've got Marilyn Monroe and Ella Fitzgerald, Virginia Woolf and Catherine Mansfield. I read that one, and Virginia Woolf was like very intimidated by Catherine Mansfield. I was like, I can't read her work, I'm too jealous, I can't.
Because
I'm like, you're Virginia Woolf!
You think about people separately in history,
Yeah.
but obviously so many people, actors, authors, they all knew each other, they were all friends.
Yeah, and it goes like really far back into ancient history, but it also includes like the Bronte sisters, Toni Morrison and Angela Davis. Like, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited about it because it seems really broad reaching, and it's sad that I know so much about these women, and especially the like romantic relationships they were in.
But you didn't know about the friendships.
Did not know about the friendships. So I'm very excited about that one. And look, it's all of the famous people in history all having a girly sleepover together and like having face masks and like Ella Fitzgerald's in the background like singing. I love it. You, go.
So when I thought, okay, which books have I read that have like a bunch of girls in them and their friends, this one came to mind, and it's probably not what you think it is, because in my head I immediately go like contemporary high school. I'm like, no, we're going back to like medieval, Scandi, slightly magical setting.
Were people friends then?
I mean, they had to be friends.
Got no one else.
You might get stabbed in the back at some point, literally. So the bonus mercies is about a group of mercy killers. They're these young women that have all come together because they've run away or they were orphans, and they do this job where they travel from town to town, and whenever they're in town, people kind of avoid them, but then at night they come to them and they say, I need your help because my husband is sick, or, you know, it's basically like a mix of suicides, and because people are sick, they basically go and, as a service, kill people. But then they want to try and figure out, is this what we want to do forever? They don't really have a home, they don't have a purpose. If they go anywhere else, they'll be taken captive. So it's them together trying to figure out their fate. It's nice to have this group of, it's like a typical group of, you've got the loud one and the quiet one and the thoughtful one. And one of them's a witch and one of them's like long blonde hair. It's a good fun mix, and that's immediately what sprung to mind.
My last one is Queenie by Candice Carty-Williams.
Can I borrow this afterwards?
You can borrow this. It's not out till April, so I'm absolutely cock teasing you by showing it to you. Candice is an incredible writer. This is her first book. It's her debut novel. Queenie's struggling in a lot of aspects of her life, with mental health, with romance, with being taken seriously at work and her job, being seen as aggressive, having a lot of emotions and working through that. And a big part of her life is this WhatsApp group called the Corgis, and I love that WhatsApp groups are now becoming part of literature because they actually are real, so they have to be in literature at some point. So the Corgis, because she's called Queenie.
I see.
And it explores the kind of difficulties and chafing and awkwardness sometimes of interracial friendships and navigating that as a black woman. It explores the kind of different but similar relationships she has with like her black friends and her white friends, and it's in points really heartbreaking. I actually think that the points where she has problems with her friends are more heartbreaking than the times when she has problems with her romantic relationships. So it's like really heartbreaking but beautiful, and there like a lot of, I won't spoil it, but like most of her friendships survive, and it's just a really truthful, gut punching, and in places very funny read. And I think one of the central themes is female friendship, or at least it's somewhere that I'm like, oh my god, female friendship expressed in a truthful way with WhatsApp groups and digital natives. So yeah, look out for that in April. I think it's incredible.
I thought I'd go with a classic.
Why not?
For the last one, and it's the first one that I picked off my shelves when I thought about this. And technically, it's sisters, but also female friendship. So Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I've been rereading or reading for the first time all of Austen. I still have Pride and Prejudice to read, but I'm thinking this will remain the favourite. So it's about two sisters, Marianne and Eleanor. Eleanor is the older one. She's very sensible, kind of reserved, and Marianne wants adventure and romance, and as soon as she has a crush, she'll talk about it to everyone, and they're so different, but they obviously love each other very much, and they are trying to figure each other out and kind of like berate each other for how they respond to things. And I always, you know, when in friendships you're like, oh, you're the this character and you're the this character. I think you can do a lot of like, you're the Marianne and you're the Eleanor, I'm the Eleanor.
Yeah.
So I just love like how these two sisters.
And isn't it in the film? I haven't seen the film and I haven't read the book.
Excuse
but
me?
I mean to. That's why I haven't seen the film, because I'm like, no. But Emma Thompson plays the sensible one, right? And then Helena Bonham Carter plays
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet
plays the racy
Marianne. Oh, Helena Bonham Carter's in Howard's End.
Yes.
Ignore me.
I love both the adaptations and the book so much, and I also haven't read that much about sisters, so it's quite nice.
So yeah, those are our Galentines recommendations. Do let us know in the comments if there's anything that you've read recently about female friendships, whether you have now noticed that there may not be as many as we thought there were in the fiction that we read, and why we should have more of it, because I want to see more. But yeah, thank you so much to Sana for coming on. You can subscribe to her at Books and Quills. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Frogs Nog out.
Bye.
Do you want to go towards the camera? You've got to go. So old school, but I'm very stubborn.
Nice.
I'm like,